Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thanks again so much for joining me here. I hope you're having a great day. Let's go ahead and take a look here at ICP, see what's going on. It does look like it's rallying back pretty well here, but didn't get that bounce off that 0.618 fib level, mainly because Bitcoin had another agenda and shot straight up a good 8% on the day here so far, right at that $55,000 support level. So again, a lot of altcoins are going to be looking the same here in the regard of just essentially creating higher highs and higher lows and rallying a little bit. That's a nice green market today, but keep in mind, Bitcoin, 60,000, it's a strong resistance range. Generally, we're going to experience some some price point blockage there, if you will. And I think that happening will cause the price action of altcoins to pull back a little bit. I don't think it's going to be maybe aggressive. We don't really know just yet. We do take a look at Bitcoin dominance. It is dropping right now as Bitcoin's pulling back. That does imply that altcoins are taking somewhat of a hit. I wouldn't say it's massive just yet, but still some little things we want to pay attention to. So let's go ahead and take a look at the back-end liquidation data. And while we're waiting for that to load, just ask you to go ahead and hit the like button. Kindly appreciate that. And of course, if you get a chance, obviously comment below. Let me know what your position is on ICP. Love to hear it. Always curious about that. We can see with the last 7 days liquidation, this is pretty much par for the course for ICP. It always has massive concentrations of liquidation at specific ranges. Okay, so at this point, exactly $8 is that massive liquidation range. Basically just implying that a lot of people feel like $8 will not be broken. Again, that's pretty much the wake up from the last recent high. They were coming up on a double top. Would make sense for the price to pull back just because that's kind of how double tops work. Again, double tops turn into cup and handle patterns. There's a lot of things that can benefit from that. Not to say the price is going to drop, but that is a reality here. We can also see 620 as low as $5 is some liquidation there. But again, if we zoom in, or more so zoom out rather, we don't see a ton of liquidation there, minus the $6 mark, or 620, that's right around 60 million. So again, not all that crazy if you zoom out. Truth is we don't have a monstrous amount of liquidation here at this point. So what we want to look at here for ICP is a few things here. First of all, daily time frame, let's work our way down, kind of see what's going on. We want to understand that the macro here is not great. It hasn't been for a while. And until we break soundly above 840, I'm not going to be confirming any type of bullish trends. We're a long ways from that. In fact, we do take a look here. We can kind of draw this out here too and kind of recognize that we've got a long ways to go before we're going to be above any type of descending trend. This descending trend isn't exactly concurrent with the 20-day SMA, but it will align itself inevitably. And what that basically just implies here is that until we get over 840 or at the very least go sideways for another 10 days and close above that descending trend line, there's no real reason to get super excited about this, right? It's not a good position right now, and I would say that the macro is still poor. We also have this massive point of control here, of course. Again, for this range, since we've been here since June 18th, we've seen the most amount of volume at 830. Okay, so it does reaffirm that resistance level. We can also see that reflected here on the RSI too. So say hypothetically the price continues upwards to that that low $8 range, we'll be closer to 50 on the RSI, and that's a common rejection level too. So a lot of these things will align themselves inevitably, and at this point here, I think it's too early or premature to presume that we're back on track just because we had a good couple of the last 24 hours has been good. Well, that's positive and that's wonderful. It's not going to be like a massive deal breaker, so to speak. Okay, so again, take a look here at the RSI on the 4 hour. We can see we are breaching 50 on the RSI. This is a good starting point for a trend reversal. So in the general sense of the way things are working right now, anytime you break over 50 on the RSI on the 4 hour and you stay above, key takeaway is staying above. We've seen a lot of false positives here, is that the price action remains bullish for some time. So we could very well see that 830 to 840 mark now that we've broken through this level and potentially continuing higher. But there's a lot of reasons why we just want to kind of be patient and not get too ahead of ourselves, just because I think that we got a lot of resistance ahead of us. So once more, just me being cautiously optimistic, I'd be careful. We can see a MACD convergence here though, a little MACD-FU. Nice little situation. We're establishing higher highs and higher lows. Correction, higher lows rather. We haven't established higher highs just yet, but what we want to do is kind of just draw out a trend line here and kind of pay attention to that guy and see if we can remain above or below. Okay, so again, hypothetically we break below, we may see further downside to hold down this descending trend, running concurrent with the 50-day SMA on the 4 hour. However, we could also see the price action continue higher with the SMA, stay above that level, and continue into this point of control and provide us with a little bit of a continuation. Once again, there is liquidation here at the recent $8 mark, so keep that in mind. $8 is this guy right here. We could very well see the price sweep that level, perform a bullish backtest here, hang out in this more local point of control and continue higher. Because again, you can see this local point of control here at about 730, 740. So a lot of positive stuff here in the overall sense. 4-hour time frame still looks decent, but until we break above some of these key levels, or at the very least this descending trend line, I'm not convinced that we're going to be back on track at any time soon. Take a look here, of course, at the 1-hour time frame. Let's quickly acknowledge the Ichimoku cloud and just kind of touch on this here, because being above the cloud is a very positive, awesome thing. However, it's premature. In other words, we're just barely above it right now. Oftentimes you want to wait a good 3 or 4 hours above the cloud before you take a trade, and that gives you more confirmation knowing that, okay, we've broken a resistance level, but we're staying above the resistance level. That makes sense, right? So we want to kind of do that. However, lagging span being free and clear is generally a very good sign. Wouldn't be the worst consideration, of course, at this point to consider taking a long and to watch it closely. Same thing here with conversion line above the baseline. We've got 3 out of 3 reasons here as to why the price action should continue higher up for ICP. However, once again, there's always a caveat, the macro still looks poor, and we haven't broken through some key level resistances, so if you're going to consider a long position, consider securing profits somewhere close to $8, because once again, this liquidation level is there for a reason, because that's a massive resistance level at roughly $8 even, okay? Keep that in mind. So secure profits before that level, at the very least, if you're gonna get super greedy, secure profits in the 820 to 830 range, because there is a monumental amount of resistance at the 830 to 840 range, okay? So just some friendly advice, be very careful in taking a trade right now. The market's kind of crazy, as for lack of better terms. Bitcoin shooting up to 60,000 overnight is kind of a unique thing. Didn't expect that, but now that we're here, I'm considering, we're leaning more towards some shorts. We do have a short open with Bitcoin at 59.8K. We open that here shortly, and I'm going to keep an eye on that as well, because again, the market could very well pump to break through that more recent CME gap. So there's that too. Anyways, watch my Bitcoin video if you're not familiar with what I'm talking about. I'll try to keep this more specific to ICP, but the truth is you have to watch Bitcoin in order to know what's going on with altcoins. There's a big reason for that. I mean, you take a look at this here. This looks extremely similar to this, okay? And that just shows us that ICP is directly correlated with Bitcoin, which most coins are. And it's important to recognize that, because if you don't know that, you're going to wonder why the heck ICP just dumped. It's probably because Bitcoin did too, right? Anyways, just some friendly advice. I'm speaking more so those who are newer to trading, because we get a lot of newer traders here. If you do want to become a bit better of a trader, perhaps more consistent, just chat with the group. We have a general chat here in our Discord, Bitcoin chat, altcoin chat. Obviously, if you're part of our premium group, you can join up in there as well. Congrats to our community members for some nice profits here. Take a look here at trade alerts too as well. If you're new to the channel or you're part of our premium community, you can enable coin calls here and essentially get notified on specific trade alerts for coins that I'm planning to take trades with. So this is kind of just like a little heads up, a more detailed analysis on coins that I review. I hope that helps, of course, and thanks again so much for the awesome feedback. You are what makes this community great, and I greatly appreciate you all very much. We'll look forward to seeing you all in the next video. Have yourself a great rest of your day. Take care.